how to manifest anything fast. Because when we have a desire, we all want it to happen now, or at least as quickly as possible. And that is why I feel like I can't make enough videos on this topic, because that is always valid, and I often get asked about this. How long is it going to take? How can I manifest on a time crunch? How can I manifest quickly? I have been manifesting this thing for several years, nothing is happening, etc. And I feel like the more, or this has been my experience actually, the more you understand manifestation and the more you understand the power of your imagination and what your imagination actually is and what it can do, the closer you get to manifesting quicker and quicker. And this is also why I always say manifest anything that you can think of that you want, small things, sometimes even useless things, because that trains you into becoming or starting to think as the creator instead of the reactor to life. And that is a game changer. So, even when you are manifesting objects, what you are experiencing is that same creation, that same your same powerful imagination in action, so that you become more and more aware of who you actually are. And this is going to be the topic of this video. I am going to explain why something takes forever to manifest, or at least takes time to manifest, because we as humans, in our human experience, we experience time, and you probably have heard that time doesn't exist, etc., which is true, but that is not the topic that I'm going to go into this video. I'm going to keep it for a different video. But in this video, we're going to build on the idea that we, even though time in reality doesn't exist, we experience it. There's a reason we experience it, again, but that's a topic for another video. In this video, I'm going to explain why manifestations take longer than we desire. I am going to give you tips on how to not let it do that. And also, I have a personal, one of my personal success stories that I want to tell you, as an illustration, as an example of why and how some things manifest quickly. And I'm sure many of you have had this experience too, where some things just feels like it doesn't want to manifest. There's no such thing, but it can feel like that. And some things just manifest so easily. And yeah, let's get into the video. And before I do that, welcome to my channel. My name is Anna, and I'm a manifestation coach. On this channel, I teach the law of assumption as taught by Neville Goddard, while also keeping it simple and practical so that you can take it and apply it to your own manifestations right away. If that's what you are looking for, you are definitely in the right place. And if you need any additional help with your manifestations, I do offer one-on-one coaching and also class coaching. The link is always in the description box below. And let's talk about time and how to make manifestations happen quicker. So first of all, I talked about thinking as a creator, and we have to do that. Your every experience depends on you. The only power that can do anything to your manifestation, to your desire, to your circumstances is the same power that created it, which is your imagination. It's yourself. So when something doesn't want to manifest, be it an SP, be it a financial situation, be it your health, be it whatever it is, you need to go back to self. There's something, some assumption, some story that you're holding on to, something in you that is manifesting your current situation. So manifestation isn't stopping. You're either manifesting one thing or a different thing. And I feel like I have been saying this a lot in the videos lately, but I'm going to repeat it. That's good news. It means that your desired outcome doesn't depend on anything outside of you. So it's not the free will of the person. It's not because the disease is incurable. It's not because the economy is bad or whatever. The economy can be bad, but you can still manifest your desired outcome. Because remember that you're manifesting through a power that is infinite and knows all, knows everything, knows every way to get you to your outcome. That infinite intelligence is not going to sit and say, the economy in your country is bad, I can't manifest you money. That I always do that, and that makes the problem seem ridiculous, and it really helps. So use that if you will. So it only depends on you getting to a point where you accept your desired outcome as a true story. Once that's done, the rest is not your job. The rest is going to happen. So when we do techniques and all that, what we are doing actually is getting ourselves from this mental state to that mental state. We are working with ourselves. Manifestation is an inside job. It's you working with you. And if you feel like you're working against something, that is also you. So it's old story against new story, etc. So you need to find ways. This is not the video again where I'm going to talk about techniques and how to get there. I'm going to give you tips though. But your job as a conscious manifester is to change your own beliefs. Therefore, the outcome depends only on you, which is such a powerful thing to remember. So please remember that. And so basically, what delays your manifestation is the holding on to what you already consciously know about your circumstance. So the person rejected you, or the doctor said something, or you have always been bad with money, or whatever have you. Holding on to that story is the only thing that delays your manifestation. It's not because the person has free will, etc., etc. I'm not going to repeat that. I have videos about stuff like this. Actually, I have videos about free will. I have videos about what to do when your manifestations have taken forever. Please check it on my channel. You will find a lot of helpful videos there. So, old story, new story, that's all we work with, basically. And that is why some things manifest quicker than other things. You might have noticed. Please let me know in the comments, and please tell me your story if you want to share it. I would love to read it. The things that you manifest that you don't really, people call it don't care about, or smaller things, etc. It's not about something being big or small, or important and not important. It's more about stuff, situations, things that you don't have a story about. When you don't already have a story about something, a situation or a person, and you start affirming your desired outcome of it or something different, and there's no old story coming up to tell you, you can't have this because this and that, that manifests quickly. And this is proof to you that manifestation can happen quickly, not because that particular thing is small, but only because there's nothing in your mind contradicting it. The contradiction in your mind is the only thing that delays a manifestation. What happens, unfortunately, sometimes is that some people, not all, fortunately, give into this old story so much that they give up on their manifestation. Because when you give into the old story, the old story is so good at convincing you sometimes of its reality, but it's not the reality. It's just a story. It's just an assumption. It's just something that you have been believing in for a long time. You can let it go. Sometimes it feels hard, and again, that is why we do techniques, so that you can understand that that's just a story. That's not going to be a reality forever if you don't choose to make it. So I have a story to tell you about something that I manifested that is a proof of exactly this. So, a few years ago, I was friends with someone who asked me for money, if I could lend her some money. And we were friends at the time, and I didn't see a problem with it. So I knew she needed the money, so I lent her the money. And without really thinking too much about it, to be honest. Then time passed, and I realized that she has completely forgotten about it. Like, there's no talk about me getting the money back, and there's no signs of it at all. So when I have any problem in my life, of course, what I go to is manifesting. So because you realize when you have manifested countless things, you realize that that's the only way to actually have an experience. If it's not manifested by you, it's not going to be experienced by you. So I thought, okay, so that's the only thing I got. I realized now that I had become aware that I had lent her money and time had passed and it's not really coming back. So what I decided to do is, you can use this, by the way, if you're in a similar situation. I decided that every time I remember about this, I am going to affirm to myself that I am so happy that I received my money back. She gave me my money back fully, and that solved so easily and quickly. I don't remember exactly what I affirmed, but I remember I didn't have one single affirmation. It was just the story that I told myself that, of course, I have, I'm so happy that this is over. I received my money back. The situation wasn't negative at all. It wasn't problematic, but I had become aware that I want my money back. Now, I didn't have a story around me lending people money and not getting it back, or I didn't have any specific story about her either. I just knew that she had completely forgotten about it. But I also know, and this is, take this as a good example of what I said in the beginning of the video, that the more you manifest, the more you become aware of who you are. I know that when I start thinking stuff about someone, these thoughts are going to reach them somehow. You don't need to know how, you don't even need to know how it works. Just know that. And this is good for all those of you who are manifesting SPs. I have a video about thought transmission, which is probably one of my most popular videos on this channel. I'm going to link that in the description box below. So that was all I needed to know. So I did that for, I don't remember, a couple of weeks, maybe up to a month. I don't remember. I don't even think it took that long, to be honest. But that was all I did. I have not done anything else other than when it came to mind, I would just tell the story the way I wanted it to be. One day we're hanging out, talking about different things, not talking about money at all, like different topics. At some point during the conversation, she stops and goes, "Oh, Anna." I go, "What happened?" She said, "Oh my God, I had completely forgotten that I had borrowed money from you. I am so sorry." I thought, like, it's okay, it's fine. No, what are you talking about? I'll be back in a minute. I thought, where are you going? And she left. She comes back after, I don't know. She comes back and she had gone to the bank or something to take the money. Or the ATM, I don't know what she had done. And she gave me the money, full, all of it, that she had borrowed. And that was it. I have not said a single word about money to her. I have not hinted. I have not done anything in the 3D. All I have done is simply to work with my mind, to affirm the outcome the way I wanted to, vaguely imagined it, or I think also because when I affirm, let me know if this happens to you. I know that it happens to a lot of people. When you affirm, your mind comes up with images. And that's what my mind does. Every time I affirm, images come up that tells the same story. So that was it for that manifestation. It happened quickly. It happened so effortlessly, without me having to do anything other than simply telling the story when it came up. I didn't affirm all day. I didn't affirm more than a couple of, I think it was like all in all, it happened maybe 3 to 5 times that it came to mind, and then I affirmed, and that was it. This is why manifestations happen so quickly, because I wasn't contradicting it. Now, naturally, there wasn't a story to contradict, but if we can do this with any other manifestation, Joseph Murphy says this: when you affirm your desired outcome, make sure you don't contradict it. And that is what we do. We go back and forth, we waver. This is what Neville calls, actually it's from the Bible, but I know it from Neville, serving two masters. The old story, the new story. You can't serve two masters. You have to choose a master, which is your new story. You are the master, but that's the way it's put in that specific story in the Bible. So this brings me to what to do. Now you are dealing with a manifestation, manifestation, and maybe you have a story that comes up. Not all desires are all storyless. So my first tip is, again, we're going to build on the idea that you're dealing with a situation where you have a limiting belief or a set of limiting beliefs and limiting story around it, which is the thing that makes manifestation take longer than we want to. So what you need to do here is you need to stop entertaining that story, because it's the entertaining of the old story in your mind that keeps it in your 3D. Your 3D fully depends on you, on what you do in your mind. Therefore, stop giving it time and place in your mind. I have had manifestations where I had so much doubt and I don't know, fears, but a lot of doubts around it, a lot of stories, what if this, what if that, etc. I did that for such a long time that I got tired of myself. I thought, enough is enough. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. And the story would pop up. But that would be sign for me to know, shift focus. This is not the reality. This, my desired outcome, is the reality. It happened already. Done. Or just affirm your affirmations. And after I started doing that, it has happened several times. When you do this religiously, for me, these things manifested in a matter of days, where I was complaining and whining about it for months. As soon as I got myself together and I actually started doing the work properly, it manifested quickly. So any situation can change around quickly. But you need to hold on to one story, not go back and forth. Affirm, then go back to worrying, complaining, etc. Which I understand sometimes it's hard, but talk to yourself as the creator you are. My mind actually manifests, and it's capable of manifesting me the outcome that I want. So therefore, I'm not doing this anymore. You need to find a method that works for you. Work with a coach if you need to, but you need to hold on to your desired outcome and stay there. That is the quickest way, I guess, to manifest. Which brings me to the second tip I want to give you, the second thing I want you to work on. Now, the first one can feel a bit intense sometimes, because if you have a lot of doubts and this negative story that keeps persisting, it can feel a lot of back and forth, a lot of being aware and paying attention. It can feel intense, which is only in the beginning. The more you do it, the more it's going to start feeling better, the less the negative story is going to come up. It's going to be easier and easier. At first, it can feel intense, but not necessarily. The second one is an idea that I want you to play around with until it becomes an assumption. Start questioning the thought, the idea that manifestation needs to take time. Or that some things just take time, divine timing or whatever, or 3D timing or whatever we used to believe in. This reminds me of, this has happened a lot, and I'm sure many of you have heard many stories like that, like this online. I remember one particular video, a manifestation coach a few years ago, explaining manifestation, and then this person said, oh, but you can't expect your SP to come and propose to you overnight. You need to give them time to adapt, and then you need to date and stuff like that. Why are we telling these stories? Why is it that we believe that we can't get married overnight? Who's going to stop you or your SP once you have accepted that thought, that assumption? Who is going to stop you or your SP from getting married? Do you think that the God mind that you're operating from is going to sit there and think, okay, now I know you've accepted this is true, you're feeling it real, but I can't make it happen. You need to date first. That's not how it happens. We need to stop treating our infinite intelligent God mind as a human being. This is one of the worst things conscious manifestors do. We treat our imagination as a petty human being who is angry at life. That's not how it works. As soon as you accept something as true, your mind is going to find the way to make it happen. So, start questioning. Why do we believe that things need to take time? Why do we believe that something needs to take, for example, manifesting a lot of money needs to take time? We believe that because we, from our human consciousness, can't see how that would happen, because we are used to this idea that you need to work for a long time, you need to do a lot of things, and then things will slowly start happening. That's not how your mind operates. Your mind operates from accepting something is true and making it happen. That's it. And it can make it happen in ways that you can't think of or imagine as a human being. That's why leave the how out of it. When we focus on the how, that's why we prolong things. So, and start playing with the idea that things can manifest instantly, even though I don't understand how it will manifest. It's okay that I don't understand how my $1 million will manifest overnight. I don't need to know. We don't need to be control freaks like that all the time. All you need to practice is living in the end. That's it. And the more you do it, the more you make it normal for you to experience life like this, and the closer you get to manifesting things quicker and quicker and quicker, and having instant manifestations. Who has told you that's not possible? If something feels limiting and off to you and it feels like, oh, I don't want to experience this, don't listen to it, first of all. And really play around with the idea that things can happen instantly. I don't know how, but that's why I'm human. I don't need to know the how. My mind knows the how. My imagination knows the how. That's all I need to know. My job is to not entertain a story that I don't want to experience, and instead start entertaining in my imagination my desired outcome that actually feels good even before it happens. It feels good because it feels good. And who doesn't want that? And you take that good feeling with you into your experience when that materializes. So I hope this was so helpful for you and inspiring, and let me know if you have anything to add to this, and tell me your stories of things that you have manifested. some things quickly, some things maybe not. Again, I'd love to hear from you. And once again, if you need any additional help with your manifestations, I do offer one-on-one coaching. I now also offer class coaching, which is going to work the same way as one-on-one coaching, just with several people present, which is going to be a whole different kind of fun and very useful. And if you like to give that a try, the link is in the description box below, and see you in the next video.